Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Embracer Group. Remember Embracer Group, the company that owns like every freaking video game publisher out there, and they own Lord of the Rings and a bunch of other random stuff? Well, they're splitting themselves up into three parts.
They're making Horcruxes.
They're making Horcruxes. This is after they went on a massive spending spree.
I was going to say, when they were buying all this stuff, we were all like, why? This isn't smart.
And then they went on a massive selling spree. Mm-hmm. And now they're going to split themselves into three publicly traded companies. This is because they're running out of money.
But usually you don't do that unless you want to have chunks that you can
sell.
Break off, yeah.
Yeah, like a piece of a Kit Kat bar.
Breaking up a piece of that Embracer Group.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So they've got three groups, and yeah, I think one of them they're gonna keep for sure. I think that's the Middle Earth and Friends company. Middle Earth and Can you imagine Middle Earth and Friends? And that's basically Middle Earth, and then all the fantasy adjacent stuff. They're throwing it into one bucket, and they've got a couple different video game companies. We're gonna talk about this, and I think you're right. I think it's basically they're gonna kind of put them into little categories so we can sell a third of the company off or whatever.
If we need to. Yes.
If we need to. Yes. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so this is coming from The Verge. Lots of people talking about the Lord of the Rings and Tomb Raider owner is forming three companies that separately specialize in AAA titles, indie and mobile gaming, and tabletop games.
Because think about it. Like, if you're just selling one game or whatever, or one company, like one of the things you bought, you're not going to get as much as if you have an entire group that has several, within it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's basically like, we're, so it's like a grab bag.
Well, plus if one F's up, then you can disavow it for the other two, That's not us. We're over here now.
Oh my God. So Swedish gaming conglomerate Embracer Group. I remember when people were all cheering on Embracer Group buying all these companies. I'm like, you don't think this is a problem? We've got one company buying all these other companies, and where's the money coming from? And they just like torched everything. They're going to split themselves into three distinct game and entertainment companies. Asmodee Group, Coffee Stain and Friends.
I'm sorry. It just, to me, it sounds like shit stain. It's just.
I was thinking that.
I'm not. But I hear something stain.
That's like an Adult Swim cartoon, Shit Stain and Friends.
I know.
And Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends.
What is with them friends? Why is everybody friends? I guess because they're Embracer, like to hug it out. I don't know.
I think it's because Coffee Stain and Middle Earth are the flagships, and then the leftover crap is what they're throwing. And Dark Horse Comics is actually some of the leftover crap in Middle Earth and Friends. I'm like, where did they put Dark Horse? Oh, it's actually in Middle Earth and Friends, but it's so unimportant. Dark Horse is so unimportant, they don't even mention it in this article.
However, Middle Earth and Friends is like the one I think they would keep if it came down to it. So they put it in the one that they probably are most interested in.
Horcruxes. These are going to be separate, publicly listed companies, according to Embracer, which says the move will allow each entity to better focus on their respective core strategics and offer more differentiated and distinct equity stories for existing and new shareholders. This is what the Blackwells group wanted to do with Disney. They wanted to split Disney into three companies like this.
Basically, we're going to put the good ones in this one. We'll put one good one and a bunch of crap in this one, and one good one and a bunch of crap in this one, and y'all have to make it work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or you're getting sold.
Yeah, so guess what? You just look at the one that has the weakest IP. That's the one that's going to get gone first. This move toward three independent companies reinforces Embracer's vision of backing entrepreneurs and creators with long-term mindsets, says Lars Wingenfors, co-founder and Embracer Group CEO, who should be fired, by the way. I mean, you went on a spending spree and then you couldn't pay the bill. Allowing them to continue to deliver unforgettable experiences for gamers and fans.
There's a lot of unforgettable experiences for gamers anymore, and it's not in a good way.
A lot of them are forgettable. Saints Row, that was a disaster. Borderlands 3, that was a disaster. And I think whatever Middle Earth movie they're going to do, I think that's going to probably be just about as good as the Amazon series. So good luck with that. Embracer, which is known for acquiring the rights to a dizzying number of franchises like Tomb Raider and Lord of the Rings, has been aggressively restructuring since losing out on a $2 billion partnership deal last year. Since then, the company has shut down several projects and studios, laid off employees globally, and sold Borderlands developer Gearbox to Take-Two for a fraction of the $1.3 billion it was valued at when they bought it. Basically, they went. I've never seen anything like this, short of Bob Iger buying up Fox or whatever. But they went and they bought like everything. If it wasn't nailed down, if it was a game developer, we bought it. They had like unlimited money. And then they're like, oh shit, we have to pay the bills.
Well, yeah, and the partnership deal, if I remember right, wasn't it? They like backed out last minute.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
They
were like, oh shit.
Yeah, they bought everything thinking they were going to get $2 billion. And then it just didn't work out for them. And then the stuff they bought, they ran it into the ground. And Tomb Raider right now, they're running it into the ground.
I know. I was like, I don't think Tomb Raider's a win. Neither is Lord of the Rings if you go by Amazon. So.
No. The 3 new companies will be broken down as follows: Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends.
Sorry, and Friends.
And Friends.
This sounds like Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends.
It's described as a creative powerhouse in AAA game development and publishing that will retain ownership to Dead Island, Killing Floor, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Tomb Raider, and the Lord of the Rings IPs, as well as Dark Horse, which was so unimportant, they didn't even mention Dark Horse in the story. I had to go out to Comics Beat to find out that Dark Horse was moving to Middle Earth and Friends, because all they have is like Hellboy. That's basically it. Like they were going to make.
But they put it in the one that they're most likely to keep. So
there's that. So I have to wonder though. I mean, will they decide? Is the day going to come where they're like, guess what? Publishing comic books, it doesn't make a lot of sense for us. Let's just like have other people take a chance on Hellboy comics or whatever. Asmodee Group, a new arm dedicated to publishing and distributing tabletop games. The existing catalog includes Ticket to Ride. See, I didn't know they owned all these. Ticket to Ride, Seven Wonders, Azul, Catan, Dobble, and Exploding Kittens. Asmodee is also developing licensed tabletop games based on Lord of the Rings, Marvel, Game of Thrones, and Star Wars. Embracer anticipates the spin-off and share listings will take place within 12 months. Could this be the company that Hasbro pawns D&D off onto?
Well, if they do, then it's probably going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
As long as they don't ruin it.
Well, they've already ruined it. Coffee Stain and Friends, described as a diverse gaming entity.
Oh, yay.
Well, actually, these games are pretty good. I don't think it's diverse in the DEI sense. I think it's diverse in just their games are all over the damn place.
No, that would be Shit Stain and Friends.
That'd be Shit Stain and Friends.
That comes after Coffee Stain.
Sweet Baby
you have
Shit
the coffee,
Stain.
And then you have the...
Sweet Baby Shits. Pea green colored shits. It's going to focus on indie, mid-market, and free-to-play games. They have Deep Rock Galactic, Goat Simulator, Satisfactory, Wreckfest, Teardown, and Valheim. The share listings are projected to become available in 2025. This move has been made with the intention to unleash the full potential of each team and provide them with their own leadership and strategic direction.
Well, in one way, it's kind of smart, though, because they are lumping them together by, like, one's indie-type games, one's tabletop games, one's, the big one, AAA type stuff. And they would require different leadership and different things. Like, because of what they are, it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario for teams. So in a way, it makes sense because you want leadership. You'd probably pick leadership that specializes in those things, that their expertise are in those things so that they would have the best chance possible. And if it doesn't work, you just sell it off as one big thing. Yeah. I love the comments though. They said rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic over at Embracer. Pretty much. It'd be nice to see the developers of all the games now under Coffee Stain and Friends band together, buy it out with the money Embracer paid them, and have a legit indie publishing company. I think what happens is, again, these corporations, they always Icarus themselves. They get too big, it's too unwieldy, and you're better off just doing one or two things really, really well and building a sustainable business. But they just, all these companies want to buy other businesses and then they don't know what to do with them. And then they run them into the ground. I like this one. Try not to think about how Lars, an abject failure of a CEO, would be penniless in a just world. Will never struggle a single day in his life.
That's true. That's true. They fire him, he's probably got a multi-million-dollar golden parachute. Like these people fuck these companies up beyond belief. They cost people their jobs and they basically get to escape with a parachute and they're set for life. These are
indie conglomerate games. That reminds me of you call it Hot Topic, mass-produced individuality.
Yes. I always joked about Hot Topic being mass produced. I'm like, yeah.
No, I do like Hot Topic. I buy clothes and stuff from my daughter buys stuff from Hot Topic. But yes, it is mass produced individuality.
RIP to Deus Ex. Wait, they own that series. Yeah. Square Enix sold Tomb Raider, Deus Ex to Crystal Dynamics, which is now going to make sure that Tomb Raider is not about raiding tombs, because that's problematic for indigenous people, because Lara Croft is just stealing their shit.
Meanwhile, Lars is stealing all your shit too, but you know.
Yeah, Lars is stealing all your shit. Embrace the innovation of acquiring game development companies, shuttering a whole bunch of them, and then splitting them up again. Yeah, these indie companies, like, why would you sell yourself to Embracer Group? You are better off, in my opinion, just doing your thing and selling your game through Steam and finding a way to get it out there. I don't know. I think they were like, well, we want to make bigger, better games, so let's,
But what a shit show reminds me of a great time when THQ was broken into pieces and sold for scraps. Reply, ironically, the THQ trademark is currently owned by Embracer.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, Koch Media and Nordic Games. Yeah, two biggest chunks of THQ. And the latter merged with the former, and they rebranded themselves Embracer. So basically, Embracer is the love child, chimera, zombie form of THQ, right?
Which is fitting.
I just tend to say blank and friends. Endearing joke. Just, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. This is like,
I do agree. I think this is on one hand, I do think it's smarter to have people, have their own separate leadership, because they would have different challenges. But I honestly think it's a case of, it's a hell of a lot easier to sell them off for a lot of money if you have them grouped together already with the same type of thing, so that someone who wants to buy that type of thing can just buy them all at once and give you a lot more money.
And that's what this whole thing is about.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what this whole thing is about, is they're going to basically just sell.
If it doesn't work, they can hurry up and flip it. Yeah.
Yep. So let's wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.